Right, guys, welcome everybody. We're going to be playing Session 0 of Twilight 2000. Now, confession time. It's my first ever Session 0. So if it all goes tits up, I blame Kroy. Definitely Kroy's fault. But we're going to have some fun today. Twilight 2000 is a post-World War III, a survival tabletop RPG where you guys... Can you hear me, yes?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. We just didn't want to interrupt you. You're in mid-flow, man.
No. Oh, I've lost it now. I've lost it. I've gone. No, it's a survival tabletop role-playing game. It's an alternate universe, effectively. It's the year 2000. The Soviet communist bloc never actually broke up. The Gang of Seven. Well, there was no perestroika. There was no happiness. The Berlin Wall has fallen. But we are in an alternate year 2000. After a armed conflict between NATO forces and the forces of the Soviet Union, the Warsaw Pact. And these guys are going to be playing characters, whether it's military characters or civilian characters, we haven't decided yet, that have got caught up in the end of a battle where the American forces got basically their asses kicked. And the last thing that they hear is the order, you're on your own now. So that is basically it's going to be set in Poland, and it's going to be hopefully a very role-playing orientated session, and it's character-driven. It's going to be these guys that actually plot the route that we're going to take, and I'm going to present elements that are going to hopefully describe the world and describe situations, and we're going to let these guys do their own thing. So it's quite strange because I've got one page of notes as prep for tonight. And that's it. No adventures, nothing like that. Although I must say this game has done one other thing for me. It's got me writing again and publishing stuff, which I'm really happy about. So it's a good game. I love it.
So people can buy your stuff on Drive-Thru
People
RPG?
can buy stuff on Drive-Thru RPG, yes. I do need to spend some more time.
Yes.
I've released 3 things on Drive-Thru RPG.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
I'll have to take a look.
I released the 3 scenario sites on there with maps and information. So, yes.
All right, awesome.
If you want to go buy them, they're
we need to find
okay.
a way of actually telling people where and what they are. Then, don't we?
Well, we can worry about that later. It's something for me. I mean, I'm very creatively orientated in gaming and the games I play. So this is just actually unlocked something that's quite good. And I again have been waiting for this game since the 80s. I played the first edition and the second edition. I've never run the game, but I had a lot of fun playing it.
Well, since you have 4 players at your table now, the only thing I think we can say to the GM is, good luck, you're on your own.
Absolutely, I am on my own, yes. Right, so character creation. Foundry, it's an excellent Foundry mod. These guys have all got character sheets, and we are basically going to create characters. And I think we'll start on the top on my screen, which is Kroy. Let's throw the Scotsman in and give him some hassle and trouble.
That's
fine.
Let
me get Foundry up.
The stream seems to be working, so
Excellent.
I am able to relax now, kick back, and enjoy the ride.
Excellent. I'm going to push to talk off my mic, so I'm fed up with having to press the button. I can't gesticulate with my hand. 2 seconds.
Yeah. While he's doing that, I'm going to mention that Kadari has kindly dropped a link to Strain's Drive-Thru releases.
He's a good man.
In the old chat there. So go and buy. Right.
So Kroy, we're going to start with you. So you can see your character sheet there. Yes.
I have opened it up, and it should be on screen in just a second.
I don't know because I'm not looking.
There we go.
Okay, so we have a life path system.
Yes.
That we're going to do here. So what we're going to do with your good self, Kroy, it says, looking, I have the book in front of me, is we are going to generate the first area. So everyone starts off at 18 years of age. So hopefully you've got a notepad, because actually there's a notes section. You can use that section there, and I'll add things onto the character sheet until we get sorted. So first things first, Every stat and every skill is based on a letter. If you have a D, you roll a D6. If you have a C, you roll a D8. If you have a B, you roll a D10. And if you have an A, you roll a D12. You will always roll 2 dice, a skill dice and an attribute dice. Each skill corresponds to 1 attribute. And you need to get 1 success or more on those 2 dice, which is a 6 or plus, in order for your action to succeed.
Okay.
Very much on the free league system. If you're in combat, you're shooting someone, any extra successes will give you extra damage. Okay?
Yes.
Everyone starts with their attributes at a C. So what you need to do now is you need to roll 2d3 to see how many attribute increases you get. So if you could do that, please, that'd be fantastic.
3, middle of the road.
You have 3 attribute increases. So you can raise any of your attributes, 1, 2, or 3. You can make, 2 of them Bs, an A, whatever. You can change. You've got 3 upgrades to increase your attributes. So strength, it's strength is physical strength. Your intelligence is your intellectual aspect. Empathy is how well you relate to people. And your agility is things like mobility, driving, that sort of thing. So that's what you have. Now, do you have any idea of where you want to go with this?
I do. I have some thoughts.
You have a thought.
It was that my character would have been previously in agriculture, and would have been a fairly physical person for it. Quite a burly type. So
we can do that.
Yeah. So I figured maybe quite a lot in strength, not so much in agility, but probably quite in. I figured he was quite a solid kind of character as well, because farmers dependable and they go through the cycles of life, and so so I'm going to give him a point in empathy, I guess. So maybe 2 in strength, 1 in empathy.
I'd suggest 1 in intelligence, because your skills are going to be related to that. You've got survival skill, which is like hunting.
Oh yeah, survival. Yeah, would be good. Okay, so I can drop down there.
Skill would be for repairing a tractor, so something like that. Now, were you thinking of playing an English character, an American character, a Polish character, a local?
Scottish.
So you are in the end going to potentially get drafted. So you're going to aim for that farmer aspect. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got your attributes sorted out. You start at 8 years old. Okay, so the first thing you will have to do is we're going to go for, and I really should bring this up on screen, shouldn't I? Because I'm terrible at look. I want to look for my book. I want to use my book. I'm sorry. You can bring it up on screen. I'm going to use my book. So you want to go down to the careers, and actually there is a farmer career. So if you go to the player's journal on the life pass, click up the life pass tab, and you know what? I'm such a terrible person.
There we go. I've got it. Life pass.
Yeah. You've got that right. So if you could scroll up on the life pass, I'm going to use the things because I'm going to get things wrong, and it gives me a good way. We're actually going to do something quickly first. Can you roll a d6? We're going to roll what your childhood was like. Where did you come from? Was it a working class, small town, military family, affluent? Let's sort out your background. A 2. So you come from a small town.
That sounds
right.
right.
Use your notes section on the character sheet to do that.
Okay.
So you come from a small town. So you get, as your starting aspect, you get to choose 1 skill at level D from the options that I'm going to give you. So you could choose driving, ranged combat, or survival.
Survival.
Now, survival. Okay, so you make survival on your character sheet a D.
Okay.
Awesome. So you have some basic skill in survival. Now, you also get to choose some a speciality. Now, I'm going to let you choose this. Normally, it's either roll a d6 or choose it, but you have one called Farmer. I guess that might be of interest to you.
Yep.
You're in a small town and you've got a farming background.
Yep.
So if I'm going to do this, hopefully, if I get the right page, and I'm going to add your speciality to your character sheet. So farmer gives you a +1 modifier to survival rolls for farming.
Okay.
So there we go. Right, you also there. So you've chosen one skill and you've chosen a speciality. Now we're going to choose a career for your first term. So you want to go into that farming element, I guess. So if you scroll down to the farmer, which is under the blue collar, it has no requirements. You get a skill of survival. Okay. And he says, scrolling up, because I've done this many times, but I can never remember it. Okay, so choose a career first term, increase 2 skills 1 step each, or 1 skill 2 steps. So you can choose to raise stamina, mobility, driving, or the farmer, or one of the farmer skills. So it's survival, I think. So you can either have survival, driving, mobility, or what's the third? What's the other one? Stamina, mobility, driving, or survival. You can increase 1 point, 1 level of those, and you get 2 skills to choose from.
Stamina.
So you can raise your stamina. That will start at a D.
Mm-hmm.
And you've also got 1 other skill.
Driving?
So again, you can put driving. That will give you a D in driving. So it's going to give you an all well-rounded background of everything. Okay, so that is your first term. So now we need to age your character. So we're going to roll a D6 now. And this is how long your first term.
4.
So you are now 22 years old. So note that in your notes, so you can keep an eye on your age. Now you can't have war breaking out after term 1. So we are going to go back. We would now go back and choose a second term. So we're going to now move on to the next person on our list. And I'm looking on the IMT stream. And it's Brian. Brian. Sorry. Before I go, sorry. Kroy, have you got a name idea? If you have, change it on the character sheet now. Okay, sorry. Brian. What sort of idea have you got for your character then?
Well, I have a few, but I was going to wait until after the childhood roll, I think.
Okay, well, let's do the childhood roll then.
All right.
Let's roll a D6. You can just
that's neat. On the life paths page, there's a place for you to hit a button for a D6 roll.
It's a good module.
Oh, it's not rolling it. Never mind. All right. No. That's fine. I'll go to chat. Three.
Okay, we're looking at 3. Working class. Okay, that's not too bad. So you get to choose 1 skill, close combat, stamina, or tech. And you can choose, any of the specialities. So brawler, I think, gives you +1 to hit with melee. Builder gives you +1 to your tech. When you're rolling building skills. Low carry increases your ability to carry loads. Scrounger, I think, helps you when you're scrounging stuff. Blacksmith is making stuff. Mechanic is repairing stuff.
Okay, so I'll go.
Choose your skill first.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with tech, and I will be a mechanic.
Okay, let me just get Okay, tech and a mechanic. So I don't think you can see the specialities. If not, I'll stick them in there because it's going to be quicker. Well, allegedly it's going to be quicker. There we go, mechanic. So yeah, plus 1 modifier tech rolls for repairing engines, vehicles, generators, and pumps, which is going to be quite useful. So, okay, what did you think you were going to be doing as your first career then? Oh, sorry, you've got to do attributes first. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, that's right.
2d3. It's performing on a stage. It's terrible. I'm shockingly bad at it.
Oh, that's better.
Wow. Nice.
Oh,
and we have our tank.
Yes. Knock yourself out.
So let's see. Intelligence needs to be high, so we're gonna bump that to A. That's 2.
Yep.
I want to be a driver as well, so we'll make that A, and then we'll put strength and empathy at B.
Very nice. Yes. Luck of the dice, guys. Luck of the dice. Okay.
Yeah.
So we've done your stats. We've done your childhood.
So first term.
First term. Yeah. What do you fancy doing? Are you looking at an American character? Some of the country?
Yeah. So
Polish?
I'm American.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm from the States, and I am definitely blue collar.
Okay.
They have
Blue collar.
that?
Yeah, they have
Where's
blue
that
collar.
at? Yeah, there it is. All right, I thought so. So, yeah, I think I'll just keep going with the whole mechanic idea.
Okay. So no requirements. Tech skill is the skill of choice, and again, you also get access to stamina, mobility, and driving. And you can increase 2 skills 1 step each, or 1 skill by 2 steps. So stamina, driving, mobility, or tech.
Right. So I'll put tech up to C, and I'll put driving at D.
Yep. Okay. And
Now,
a speciality. What do you fancy? You've already got mechanic.
I do. You know, because I have to find parts regularly for a lot of the old type cars that I work on, I'm going to go with Scrounger.
Sounds a good one.
Yeah.
And I'll put that in your speciality. So it gives you a modifier to survival rolls for scrounging. Okay, so oh, I know. I forgot to do something for Kroy. We'll go back and look at that. Okay, so now we need to do your age.
That is a
D6? Yep.
I really was paying attention. 4. So I'm also now 22.
22. Fantastic. And we'll do now. Something that we should have done, which is not actually in that list, is it? Okay, hang on. Right. We will go back to Kroy in a moment. We're going to finish you off first. Okay, so 2 seconds. I said I've played this in another version. Right, okay, we'll also need to do a promotion roll for you. So if you could choose one of the skills that you leveled up with this term, and if you can make an unmodified skill roll, so if you, for example, you raise your tech, so if you click the tech, it will roll 2 dice.
So unmodified, I'm not rolling the D12 for intelligence?
No, just the
tech.
You just click on the tech and it will roll the tech skill.
Gotcha.
Which should include the D12 in any case.
It will include the D12. So there you go. You've got 2 successes. So you get a promotion, effectively. Now, in a civilian career, it doesn't mean as much, but you do get to choose another speciality.
Oh. again from mechanic.
Oh, hang on, ignore me. No, sorry.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, don't worry. I've made a mistake. Yes, you've rolled a promotion. You've got the
and
specialty.
I took Scrounger.
That's
Gotcha.
my bad.
Gotcha.
This is yeah. Okay, so we'll go back actually, and we'll go back. Can we go back quickly? Go back to Kroy.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, this is my bad. First time actually doing this. It's actually nerve-wracking. Right, Kroy, Doddy, can you just quickly make a skill check on one of the skills you raised in your first term? So again, you just click it. So I think you raised a
Strength?
drive. Yeah,
Or-
yeah. Well, one of your skills.
Oh,
So you raised your 2 skills. So
survival.
You raised. Yep, survival.
So just a straight roll. Just hit the roll button.
Just make a straight roll button. Yep. Just. Okay, yeah. God, you're getting. So you get to choose another speciality. This is my bad. I totally messed up because you've only got one speciality, which is farmer, haven't you? So, from the farmer tree, you get to choose another speciality.
Oh.
So, cook, fisher, hunter, forager, or rider. So, cook is your ability to cook, fisher is your ability to fish, hunter is your ability to hunt, forager is your ability to go out to the forest to forage for food and forage for things to survive, like water, and rider is riding horses.
Riding.
Right. Could be good. Right, again, apologies for that. I made a little error. But we'll go with
I
it.
wouldn't have known, and nobody at home would have known. You're good. Riding's good, though. What an opportunity. I'm glad that you got back.
Yes. Sorry. Right. Next.
Excellent. Am I done?
You are done. Yeah, we've done that. We've done Brian's first time. Mr. Some Old Pirates.
Hello.
Let's get your character sheet up.
All right.
Okay. So first, have you got any ideas? Are you going for British? Are you going for something different, like German, French, or Polish, or you could even go an American if you want to.
I know I should choose something that isn't English, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
So I was thinking actually a journalist.
A journalist.
Yeah.
Okay,
who
right.
maybe I don't know. Maybe he was a foreign correspondent or something. He kind of got stuck.
A
over
war
there.
correspondent is your idea.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I know. So we've got a name of Evan Parker. Yes.
Yes.
So what nationality are we going for then?
I'm gonna go for English.
Okay.
An Englishman.
And of course, you guys can stick your nationality on your character sheets as well. So you're going for an Englishman. I've done that for you, Mark. Fantastic.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so first thing we need to do is roll a 2d3 to see what stats you get.
2d3. Oh, fantastic!
Lovely. Okay, you know that idea of a journalist. You know, you may have had some good ideas for it. Okay, so you can raise 2 skills, 2 stats rather, by one each.
I'm going for intelligence and empathy.
That's good. That's good. Yes, intelligence and empathy. You can indeed go for.
B then, right?
No, they will got to they will go from C's to B's. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Cool.
Excellent. Yes. Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Give me a second. I'm just looking for something. There's been some wonderful homebrew stuff done for Writer RPG for Twilight.
Hello.
And there's one. Someone did do a civilian career path. Now I wasn't going to use them, but I think after 2 ones. Let's see. There's not a journalist on here, is there? Yes, there. Oh, no, manager, white collar. Sure. First responders, journalist, athlete, service industry. No. Social worker, teacher, engineer, scientist. Idle, rich, homeless, slacker. Oh, there's not.
No.
So we'll just go for.
I don't want to play me.
Please. No, you don't want to play you. Right. Okay. So, let's do next is a roll of d6 to find your childhood. Because this again may change the idea. You may think, oh yeah, try going with a 4.
4. Yeah.
This is interesting. You went for an intellectual. You come from an intellectual family.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that actually kind of works out. Okay, so again, you can choose one skill raise between tech, medical aid, or persuasion, as well as you've got the choice of driving, stamina, mobility, and driving. I would suggest possibly persuasion would be quite a good one.
Persuasion might be quite handy.
So you make persuasion to D.
Alrighty then.
Okay.
There it is.
Now I'm going to let you choose a speciality that you get. So you can choose between historian, communications, computers, scientist, linguist, or musician.
Ooh.
So basically, historian, I believe it just gives you a bonus when you're looking at historical facts for an area or a place. Communications, God knows off the top of my head. Computers is computers. I wouldn't go for computers necessarily.
No.
Scientists.
That may not be.
Yeah, it's a +1 modifier, and all these specialities give you a +1 modifier. So give you a +1 modifier to things, any science-orientated thing. I think you can even use that to make fuel. I could be wrong. A linguist gives you the ability to be fluent in a language of your choice.
Okay.
Musician is making music.
Yeah.
So
I'm not going for that.
Okay.
I think it's either communications or linguist, I think, is what I'm looking at. And I think due to the nature of where we are, I think linguist is probably favourites at the moment.
I think that might well be a good idea. I mean, communications, just give you a read. It gives you a +1 modifier to tech roll for maintaining contact on radios, boosting signals, using Morse code, setting up antennas, and encryption equipment. So yes, probably linguist.
Yeah,
might be an idea.
Yes.
So you're going to go for linguist then. So what do we reckon? What language? What language do you think you want to be?
I think it's obviously it's going to be. It's going to have to be maybe Polish or
Russian
or Russian. Yeah.
Okay. You choose.
Oh.
Have you got some Polish? You got some Polish heritage in you? You can come back to me. Yeah, you can come back to me.
I'll make a decision on that in a bit. I think.
Cool. That's fine. Okay, so we've done your youth. You are 18 years old. Yep. You have this desire to be a journalist, yes?
Yes.
So you are going to need to go into education.
Yes.
So we're looking at a liberal arts education. So you have a requirement of int or empathy of C+.
Yes, I got those.
Yes. Excellent. So you can enter into the liberal arts career.
Yeah,
so
that sounds like me.
Yeah. Again, you get to increase 2 skills by 1 level.
Okay.
So you have a choice of stamina, driving, or mobility, which are the base skills, or you've got persuasion as a skill, and you've got 2 skill increases. So you can either increase 1 step or 1 skill 2 steps.
What mobility
is running, and if you want to run a little bit further than what you would normally be able to, you would make a mobility roll, and that would determine a success. Would mean you could go an extra hex on your run.
So I guess say that he kept himself in shape a bit. I'm going to choose mobility this time around.
And you've got a 2nd skill as well.
And I think.
So it's either stamina, driving, or persuasion.
I'm going to go for persuasion again. I can see this guy maybe being the face of the group. That
sounds good. So that would raise your persuasion to C.
Yeah.
Right, so now we need to make a promotion roll for you. So you are going to make a skill roll based on one of those skills you've just increased.
Yeah.
So give you a little bit of a tip. Who's Evan Parker? Is that Kroy?
That's me.
Or is
that's me.
That's you.
That's me. Yep.
You haven't got range combat. Okay, so yes, I would make a persuasion roll. So click on the persuasion skill. You need to get one 6+, and then you will get another specialization you can choose.
Okay, are you ready for this?
I'm ready. Gotta be good.
That
Yes.
was wrong. I did that wrong, didn't I?
No, you did that right.
Okay,
A persuasion, a
Absolutely
D8, D10,
perfect.
and a D8. 2 6s, you get success. So you can
Yay.
choose now a second speciality. So,
Okay.
historian. Sorry, did we choose a speciality already? We have, haven't we?
Yes, we have. Yeah.
Ignore me, I'm doing it all wrong again. So yeah, okay. you keep your linguist speciality. Right, so now we need to roll your age. I'm useless at this. Terrible at this. Terrible.
Okay.
So a D6 for your age.
Oh,
Wow.
what's that?
Is
that a 1?
That was a 1, yes.
Okay.
So you actually you only age 1 year, so you're 19 years old
Yeah.
after your first term. War
So
can't
I'm
break
going to
out.
be the youngest person in this group, much
Natural
like
prodigy.
much like I am in this group here.
How
Yeah,
many
probably.
grandchildren?
That doesn't make a difference. I've got 6 grandchildren.
Anyway,
You don't look a day over fun, Uncle.
Can you tell the grey
Uncle.
hair? Yes.
Funko.
Right.
That's it.
Yes. Awesome. Okay, so that's you done for this first
Thank you
term.
very much.
Right.
Brilliant. Thanks.
So we've done everything. We've done age, we've done terms. Yes, we don't do anything else. I'm going to get this done by the end of it. So now, Jake, we've already created a character. Well, Jake's already created the character. We're just going to create a backup character just so he can be part of this. So we have Kobe here, Jake. Yes.
Correct. Yes.
We have Kobe. Awesome. Okay. So let's start. Let's just do the attributes first. Let's get a D3. Let's see how lucky you are. You may like this character even more, though. I warn you.
100%.
So roll your 2D3. Okay, so you get 4 skill roses on your attributes.
So this is going to be very easy for me. We're just going to bump everyone up 1. Kind of middle of the road. I like to play the skill monkey. Keep the story moving.
Sounds good.
That's the best chance for now. And we'll see later
Okay.
on during the process what we decide.
Brilliant. Okay, so let's have a D6 now for your childhood.
Okay, I put a macro. I don't know if it's going to work right or not, so we'll see. Oh, looks like I know how to do that too.
Yeah.
So
a 4
is also an intellectual.
A 4 is an intellectual. Okay, so you get to choose a skill, tech, medical aid, or persuasion, as well as
Actually,
Go on.
This actually suits me well because I think if we're going to need him as a backup character, likely we're going to need somebody with medical knowledge. So I'm definitely choosing medical for this one.
Okay, so go to your medical aid and raise it to a D. So as an intellectual background,
Done.
Awesome. You get to choose a speciality: historian, communications, computers, scientist, linguist, or musician. And do we know if this is an American character, or a Polish character, or what?
Well, I believe that out of the rest of the characters here, I'm the least qualified to play a British soldier. So
Yeah,
I will
well.
go with American at this point.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so you need to choose a speciality: historian, communications, computers, scientist, linguist, or musician.
You know, much the same way I decided who to marry, I think I'll leave that one up to the dice.
Oh dear. Okay. Nice.
Looks like I am in computers.
You are in computers, yes. So we'll add a speciality of computers. Well, if you ever do find a computer,
Uh-huh.
you get a bonus tech roll to it. Okay, so are we looking then at... We're looking at white collar, but I guess we'll be looking at the sciences then rather than liberal art. So you have
Actually, no, I'm
No?
probably
Okay.
going to... That was my childhood. I would
Okay.
probably choose a military career over not. This is Twilight 2000.
Okay, yeah,
And
that's
so
fine.
I think one professional soldier might be good to have. But I do hope that the Army will have enough time to send me to get a education
Okay.
during my service.
Right, okay. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So choose your career. What's it going to be? Military?
Military career, it would be, I believe, combat arms.
Combat arms, indeed.
First one.
So you need strength or agility of B+.
Correct.
Unless you wanted to go down the officer route, then you have a term in education first.
Correct.
Okay, right. So combat arms then, yes?
Yes.
Fantastic. So strength or agility of B+. Your starting rank will be private. Okay, you get to choose 2 skills from close combat, heavy weapons, range combat, recon. You must have 1 in ranged combat as your first, and then you've also got stamina, mobility, and driving. So range combat has to be 1, and then you get to choose 1 skill raise elsewhere.
I believe I'll try recon
Okay.
in addition to ranged combat.
That sounds good.
Done.
Okay, if you've done that, make a skill roll based on either ranged combat or recon. Let's see if you get a promotion.
All right.
A speciality.
Got a shot.
No.
No promotion.
No promotion, no speciality. So we roll a d6 now for your age. 4 years.
22.
Awesome. First term done. Kroy,
Yes.
are you there, my friend? Oh, my Scottish friend. Oh,
Yes.
dear. Okay.
Interesting.
So we are looking-
Interesting mix.
Dodd Hume. Like it. Okay, so your first career was a farmer. You had a
Right.
couple of years as farming. So, did you want to continue on, or did you want to do something else? I mean, you could do driver, a variety of other blue-collar mechanics, construction. Did the farm life stay with you, or did you say, I now want to go in and do some education, or did you want to join the military, or did you want to get involved in crime, gang member, burglar, hustler, or did you go to prison and you ended up as a prisoner? Did you join the police force? What do you fancy?
I think, given the nature of this all leading up to a war at some point, I think he could well have gone into the military.
Okay, so
but
into the
I don't
British
know-
Army.
Yeah, I think so. He would have been sent there by
sounds
his
good.
father and make a man of him.
Okay, right. So we're going to go combat arms then. So again, for your good self, you need to choose some skills. You get two choices of skills. Your first term in the military, you must have 1 in ranged combat as your weapons training. You can then choose close combat, heavy weapons, recon, driving, mobility, or stamina. So ranged combat will be 1, so that will be a D.
King's Own Scottish Borderers, that would have been his platoon or whatever. Yep. So
Okay, yeah, we can sort that out. Yeah.
range combat, D.
So ranged combat will go to a D, yes. And then you get to choose one other. So close combat, which is your melee weapons, heavy weapons, your machine guns, your anti-tank guided missiles,
Yeah, close
recon,
combat.
or
I think close
close
combat
combat.
because he's
Okay.
a strong, well-built guy. He's been well suited to that side of things. So does that go to a D?
okay. That goes to a D. So now you need to make a skill roll based on one of those 2 skills that you have raised. I hope
Okay.
you're not boring too many people this. I'm not keeping an eye on chat.
A 3. No. What's that?
No, you
7?
got a 7. So you actually got a success.
Hey,
So you get promoted.
military life suits the farming mentality.
Military
Who knew?
light suits the farm, and I have forgotten something else we haven't done, but yeah, we'll come back and sort that out in a minute. Okay, so for Kroy, so you're going to have, if you can put in your note, +1 rank. Okay. And we will sort out the British ranks. I think it will be, 1 rank. You start as a private, so +1 rank. I think it's Lance Corporal in the British Army. But just put +1 rank on there. We also need to choose a speciality for you because you got a promotion. So you have a choice of rifleman, red leg. Red leg is artillery, tanker. So you take one of the roles in one of the in a tank. Machine gunner, launcher crew, which is anti-tank guided missiles, or combat engineer. Combat engineer allows you to set improved bombs and improved
that sounds
explosive
good.
devices, something like that. Yes. So rifleman gives you a +1 with your weapons. All the specialities give you a +1. You want to go combat engineer, do you?
Combat engineer, yeah, because he's got that military, he's got that farming know-how, that tech. He's got an affinity with making things, and he occasionally has to take out beasts of the land.
It gives you +1 modifier to tech rolls for placing and disarming mines and explosive devices, and to recon to avoid mines. So if you come across a minefield, it allows you to have a better idea of how to spot them.
Okay.
Also, we also need to go on your coolness under fire, which starts at a D. It's on the combat tab. And again, for those others that have had a military career, if you've got a promotion, your coolness under fire goes up on one tab, one level. So if you could do that. So your coolness under fire will go up by 1 level for being promoted. So I've done that for you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And now we need to roll your age. So we're going to roll a d6 for your age. Okay, so that's 5 years.
So 27 now.
27 now. There we go. Right, also now we have to roll a d8. And you have served 2 terms. So if you roll a 1, war breaks out.
I rolled a 2.
You are indeed... The result is lower than the number of terms you've completed, so you're okay. So war doesn't break out for you. That is the end of your 2nd term. Okay. I think we've done everything there. Right, yes, we have. Awesome.
There's only one thing to roll for ability decrease.
Oh, yes, of course. 2nd term.
Now that's possible. Yeah.
Yes, now that is possible. Okay.
Sorry.
Yes, no, I'd forgotten that. Right, Kroy, could you roll another d8? If you roll a 1, one of your attributes goes down.
I believe in you. Nice.
You're fine.
5.
You're fine. Your attributes stay as they are. You don't get the effects of old age. Awesome. Nice.
Steady.
Thank you for
right, let's go.
The grand old age of 27.
At the grand old age of 27. Yes. Okay, so we are now looking at Mr. Grayson. Ryan.
Yeah.
So, did you go in the military? You did, didn't you? Did you go in the military?
No, not yet.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't. You're a mechanic. That's right. Yes. Okay, so term 2 for your good self.
Here's what I want to do, but I don't know if I want to take the chance of going so many terms.
Okay.
Because I was thinking driver, gang member, prison.
Okay.
And then whenever war breaks out, I get drafted from prison, or I willingly join up out of prison.
Yeah, that would work.
That's a lot more steps, though, to see if I can make it that far.
It is a lot more steps, and you could suffer for it. But
Yeah.
I mean, you could. I mean, you could if you want to. You don't have to necessarily try. You could just go to prisoner that you did something. There's no entry requirements for prisoner.
Or I could skip driver and go straight to gang member and be a wheelman.
Yeah, you could.
Then try prison next term, because I doubt I'd have to roll really bad for war to break out for me right now. It could happen. It
could happen, but you'd have to roll pretty bad. So let's go gang member for term 2,
I think I'll do that.
Okay, you want me to make that roll for you?
To aspire to.
Right. Okay. So strength and agility is C+, so you are fine there. You get to choose 2 skills or 1 skill, raising it by 2. You've got close combat, ranged combat, and then you've got driving, stamina, and mobility that you can choose between. So
well, they wanted me as a wheelman, so I'm going to take driving.
Okay, so that's one. And your second one?
And then I will take
Did
ranged
they want
combat.
Yeah, okay.
No, not A, D. All right.
Right.
Just jump straight to A. Well, you know, he is American. Anyway.
Yeah, he is American. Right. Now in the grand old terms of the gangs, you get to make a promotion roll. So you either make a ranged combat or a driving roll to see if you get driving. Driving's under agility.
Yep. There is
nice. So you get a promotion. Awesome. Okay. So you get to choose between a speciality now: brawler, melee, killer, martial artist, rifleman, sidearms. So they're pretty self-explanatory. Brawler is punching, melee is weapons. Killer, I think, means you don't need to roll empathy to actually finish someone off if they're need putting out of their misery. Martial artist is martial arts. Rifleman is rifles, and sidearms is pistols.
I think we'll go sidearms.
Okay, so I'll quickly
Makes more sense.
Sidearms to do. Okay, so let us now do your age.
Yep.
So a D6.
Oh,
nice, a 1.
Staying young.
That's good. You're keeping young, right? Now we have 2 D8 rolls for you. We'll do age first. So a D8.
Okay.
We'll do age first.
Age.
Okay,
Good.
You're fine. And now another D8 to see if war breaks out. Nope. Okay. That is your second turn completed. Okay, next on the list is, I believe, some more pirates.
I think you may be right.
I think I might be right. So we're looking at Evan Parker.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Parker. Not Peter Parker, but Evan Parker.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you have an idea on the language yet, the linguist skill? Or still thinking?
I think Russian is probably going to be kind of useful. I mean, Polish will be useful anyway, as we're in Poland, I guess. But when we're eavesdropping on the enemy and getting their movements and stuff.
Okay, so basically you are fluent. So basically you get a +1 when persuading people using the Russian language.
Spasiba.
Yes. Da, comrade. Okay, so... Yes, so your first term was in education, I believe, wasn't it?
It was.
Okay, so what happened? What did you actually, you served your term. Did you kind of go into I mean, you've got the white collar, which is, professional desk manager or administrative work. The journalist would kind of roll under that.
Do you think? I didn't know if maybe I would actually stay.
Well, you want to stay in education. Yeah, okay.
Maybe.
If you want to stay in education, you can do that. That'll be fine.
Maybe. Yeah.
Get a little bit older, get a little bit more experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And get really good at persuasion.
And get really good persuasion. So again, so you get 2 skill choices. Persuasion, driving, mobility, or stamina are the 4 skills that you can choose from. You can raise persuasion by 2 steps, raise it by 1 step, and something else by 1 step.
I'm gonna choose to put persuasion up by 1 step.
Okay, so that makes it a B.
It do. And I'm going to take stamina this time round.
Okay, right. That's fine. Yeah.
As a D.
As a D, yes. Okay, so now we need to make a promotion roll. I would suggest using persuasion as your promotion roll.
I shall.
And we need to see if you get a decent promotion. No promotion this time.
No.
No promotion.
Obviously upset somebody.
You upset somebody. Okay, so let's have your age now. So roll D6 for your age.
Okay.
Did you put in the notes the age for your first term?
I did. No, I didn't, but I will. I rolled.
You will? Awesome. Okay. And did you roll another one there?
I just did. Yes, I'm
That's
20.
2 1s. You are a youngster, my friend. A youngster.
I know.
Okay, right.
Well,
now the important things. The youngster. Now it is an aging roll we need to make. We're going to say it's aging or injury has caused this potential decrease. Could you roll a D8 to see if we are going to reduce one of your attributes down? You need to get a 1. If you get a 1, you're in trouble. No aging.
Right.
Right now we're going to make a roll to see if war breaks out.
That's
does war break out for you? Another D8, please. If you get a 1, war breaks out.
It does not.
It doesn't. It does not break out for you. And that completes term 2.
Cool.
So, who's next? It is Jake. Jake? Did we do Brian?
Yes,
we've
sir.
done Brian. We have done. It's Jake next. Okay, so Jake is doing Kobe. So Kobe, our private in the US, didn't get promoted. Okay, so you've done 1 term in the military. Are you intending on staying in the military? Did you want to go into something a bit different?
It seems that I didn't do too well in my first term of service,
No,
so I think that I will be taking.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You didn't do too well, but yeah, okay, yeah.
I'm definitely going to take advantage of the opportunity to do higher education.
Okay. That sounds good. So you're coming out of the military and doing higher education. Okay.
I think so. And I think
yeah. So are we looking at going back to college? Are we looking at liberal arts or the sciences?
It would be sciences. We already have a character that's very good with persuasion.
Okay.
And I've already started in the medical stream, so I think the sciences would suit this character.
That sounds good. So we'll go for sciences. So you need an intelligence of B, which you have. Okay, so you get to choose 2 skills. Tech. Or you've got blah, blah, blah.
I believe it'll be tech and stamina.
Actually, tech, stamina, driving, or mobility.
Okay.
Okay, so choose one of those, and you get 2 skill raises.
All right, those are done. Tech and stamina will be.
Okay, if you can now make a promotion roll using one of those skills.
Sure.
See if you get to choose a new speciality. No, a new speciality there. Okay, right. You're still, you're doing this education, but something's not ticking in with you. So let's roll your let's roll your age now. Let's have a D6 for your age.
And that would make me 24.
Okay, so let's have a D8 now for any injury or aging issue to see if you lose any stats.
Okay.
Don't roll a 1.
And no one. It's D8 goes.
Okay, you're fine.
Coming your way.
And let's see if war breaks out. Let's have another D8 from you for war. No war this time. Awesome. Safe for another term. And that concludes you. Age, war. Done that? Yes. Okay. Fantastic. So we are now back to Kroy.
Hello.
Doddy. Hello, Doddy. How you doing? How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing all right. Thanks very much.
Doing all right. You're in a kilt, my friend. A kilt. You joined the British Army.
I joined the King's Own, just as it's likely to. That's what we do in these parts. I'm going back to the farm because my dad's no wheel. And he needs a bit of a hon on the farm.
Okay, so you did a term of service.
Yep.
You did your duty for.
You
for
understood
Queen and Country.
that?
Yes, I did. Yeah, you did your duty for Queen and Country. Okay, so you're going to go back to the farm life after the effects of a little bit of service, a little bit of discipline, back to the farm. Okay, right. So you get to raise 2 of your skills now. You can choose survival, driving,
it's going to get worse. The accent's going to get worse, by the way, Mark. It's going to get worse, I promise.
Or stamina.
I'm not buying it. I'm just not buying it.
It's not very Scottish, is it?
It's not.
He's sounding false.
Yeah. Trying too hard.
Okay, so you can either choose survival, driving, stamina, or mobility, and you have 2 skill increases.
So yeah, I'm gonna go for stamina.
Okay, so that stamina goes up 1. Yep.
Yeah, to see, and driving, I think. Yeah, why not?
Okay, so now we need to make a promotion check for you. So one of those skills that you actually have just raised up, make a skill roll for me, please, and let's see if you get a success. You get a promotion, which effectively is a specialization.
I do. You do. 7.
You do. So you can choose between cook, fisher, hunter, or forager.
Hunter. I'll take to the hills and we'll take out some deer.
They have, yeah. Well, you now can use the shotgun or the hunting rifle. Well, yeah. I suppose hunter. Awesome.
Oh dear.
Okay, so our
not
Scotsman...
the Queen's deer, I hope.
No, definitely not. You have a +1 modifier to survival rolls for hunting to obtain food, which in this time of trepidation and dastardly times, it could be very, very good. Right. Now this is term 3 for you, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's roll a d6 for your age first.
Two.
So you age 2 years.
29.
Now we are going to roll a d8 to see if you suffer any sort of effects of aging or injury. So if you could roll a d8, if you roll a 1 or a 2, you get to have the fun of reducing a stat down.
We got a 4.
Okay. A 4. No stat deterioration. You now need to roll another d8 to see if war breaks out. This time a 1 or a 2. No war. You are going to be a bunch of old farts. I like this. Grizzled old farts.
Yeah, we're just playing ourselves.
Now, Evan, you may need to translate for Doddy when we're actually playing. So get that. That's because our American friends, they're going to go, what?
I know. Oh, right. Oh, I just know it.
I'll
Scottish
just nod and
very
shake my
similar.
head like, sure. Yeah.
It's very similar to Russian, apparently.
Guinness.
I'm not,
dear. Right, okay, so that is Kroy sorted out for term 3. We are now looking at Brian. You are playing Rick. Okay. So, what are we doing for your next term?
Well, unfortunately, I got caught.
Oh, darn it. So we're going to prison.
Yeah, I had a bit of a wreck. All the other kids ran, but I was trapped in the car. The police got me, so I'm going to prison.
You're going to prison.
Do not pass go.
I suspect it was a snitch.
Actually, he has to. If war doesn't break out, he rolls a d6. In an odd result, he spends the next term in prison too. So this is going to be really, really fun.
Really funny.
Right.
Yeah. I just wondered, the snitch is the guy that's in the trunk of the car, right?
Okay. We are looking then at close combat, 2 skill raises, close combat, driving, stamina, and mobility.
So I'm going to do close combat.
Okay, yeah.
And stamina.
Okay. If you can make a skill roll for one of those skills you just raised. And let's see if you get promoted in prison. And you earn a specialization.
Yeah. Turn toothbrush into shiv.
You do?
I do.
Okay. You get to choose.
Get stabbing.
Yeah.
Brawler.
The dangerous
melee,
prisoner wing.
Brawler, melee, killer, ranger, zero training, or scrounger. Now, zero training, I believe, is the ability to resist modified stamina to roll to resist interrogation, psyops, bluffing, and torturing. A ranger is modified stamina for force for marching, resisting hypothermia and other hardships. Killer again allows you to not make a roll to finish someone off.
I'm not a
Melee
bad guy. Why do you keep pushing killer?
I'm just
not a bad guy.
saying what's on the list.
Tell that to the guy in the trunk.
Right. So did you resist? Did you resist? Did you resist the interrogation?
No, no, I did not. I gave everybody up.
Up.
I'll take ranger.
Ranger, okay.
Tough.
You had to join the army after giving everybody up.
Right? Right.
Okay, so we'll give you ranger. So yeah, the ranger, I said it's going to help you survive, and it obviously did. Okay, so let's age you. Let's have a D6 for your age first and foremost.
All right.
5 years.
5 years in prison.
Serious charges. Yeah. Serious charges.
Whose car did you steal?
It was a bank robbery.
But...
Well, again.
I was the wheelman.
Yeah, it's a wheelman. Yeah. Okay, so we've done your age, so you're 5 years old. So let's have a D8 roll to see if in prison you got injured or you've suffered the effects of age. So let's have a D8, and this is term 3, so you know 1 or 2. Okay, you're fine. You're fine. Okay, let's see if war breaks out. So another D8 to see if war breaks out. Again, 1 or 2. No, it doesn't. Let's have a D6 roll now.
Yep. I gotta see if I stay in prison next term.
If it's odd, your next term is in prison too.
Okay.
A 6. You don't have to have prison. You may have got out for good behavior. You got out. Okay, so
we're forgiving everybody up.
Exactly. Yeah, you did a deal. So yeah, the details of that you're going to have to come up with. Right.
Think about it.
Okay, so that is Brian. We are now back to Mark, pirate.
Yes.
Okay, so Evan.
Yeah.
Evan.
What can he do now?
What can he do now? What do you fancy? You've done a couple of terms now in education, haven't you?
I have, but he's only 20.
I know he must be some sort of intellectual genius.
It's like
to get through that.
He's the Doogie Howser of journalism.
Right. Okay. So,
and you have to be of a certain age to get that, folks.
Okay. Yes, you do have to be of a certain age to get that. Right. Okay. You do you have an empathy of B+? You do. Right.
Yes.
You have an option there in the white collar terms.
Okay.
You have the manager option, which is basically anything along that desk manager. We will go that journalism is amongst there. All your requirements are 1 term in education and empathy of B+. So you could go into that. So you get a job, working the desk, or you could do something else. You know, you could fall into crime. You could join the police force. You could, do whatever you want. Join the military.
I'm thinking he's gonna go into intelligence.
Okay, right. Okay.
I think he's gonna be an
agent,
a spook.
A spook. I like that.
Well, for a term anyway.
For a term, okay. War break out and he's in trouble.
Yeah, until he ends up in prison.
That's okay. Yeah, that could actually work out quite nicely. Yeah. Okay, so you need an intelligence B+, which you have. You've done 1 term in education, so you get 2 skill increases. So range combat, recon, persuasion, and again driving, stamina, or mobility. You get to raise either one skill by 2 ranks or 2 skills by a rank each. So range combat is your shooting, recon is your investigation, your searching, persuasion is your silver tongue.
I'm thinking recon.
Okay, yeah.
And I've got one more, yes.
Yes, you have.
And I think I'm gonna go for mobility.
Okay, right. So you joined Her Majesty's
Secret Service.
Secret Service, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, yes, I can't fire a gun. You were a desk jockey, weren't you? Yes. Right. Sorry, maybe we should have got Kroy to do that accent. He probably would have done it more justice than me. Right, okay, so now we need
I thought you were doing The Godfather.
Well, we were, yeah. That's obviously it, yeah. Yeah, you're Scottish, you can't understand English, can you? Right. Okay.
I mean, not once have you said, okay, the new. I'm not buying your Scotsman at all.
He hasn't mentioned haggis either tonight. Right.
He hasn't?
No. Okay, so we need to make a skill roll, a promotion roll, using one of the skills that you just raised.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yes.
Shit.
Yes. You didn't think about that, did you?
I didn't think about that. I didn't think tactically. This is my downfall every time.
That's okay. It works. I like that. Okay, so what are the skills you rolled? So whichever one's got the best attribute, I would guess.
Yes.
So what did you raise? Did you raise...
I raised recon and mobility. So I've got a CC on mobility, so that's probably my best bet, right?
It's either...
Actually makes no difference. I've got a D10, D6, or a D8, D8.
Yeah, I mean, what do you fancy? Do you fancy... You've got to get a 6+. So do you fancy 2 D8s are getting a 6+, or a D10 are getting a 6+?
I don't know. I think I'm fucked either way, basically.
I think so.
I'm going to go recon.
Go for it. I want to see that recon roll.
Damn you, Kropotkin.
Well, you didn't do anything extra. You just went out a mundane intelligence desk job. No bonus skills. Okay, so next, let's roll a d6 to see if you age a little bit in this. Do we get anything more than a 2? So d6, please, for your age.
D8.
Oh shit!
6.
Oh, is it a D8? Is it? I got to roll a D8 or a D6?
No, for your age.
Okay.
Age is D6.
All right. 6.
Stats.
20.
Yeah.
26.
So basically, you kind of have got stuck in this dead end job. Right. Let's have a D8 roll now to see if you lose any attributes because of your aging. So the effects of aging. So if you roll a 1 or a 2, roll a 1 or a 2, you have to choose one of your stats reduced by 1 rank.
Oh.
Is that a 5? You're fine.
He was, yeah.
You survived 6 years behind a desk.
Yes.
I know.
You didn't get a paper cut and you didn't get hurt doing it. Okay, so now let's have another D8 for you to see if war breaks out. Come on, let's have a war breakout. A 1 or a 2?
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah.
You still young.
I just wanted to war does break out, right? This game.
War does break out eventually.
There is a war, right?
Eventually, war will break out. Yes, war will break out eventually.
All right.
Okay, right.
Somehow we're on like the 18th term for each character and still no war.
77 years old. We were all in the same old people's home when war broke out.
That could be a fun campaign, actually, yeah.
The wheelchair brigade.
I don't know if I can mount this M16 onto my wheelchair, but I'll try. Right, anyway, sorry. Okay, so we are now at Jake with Mr. Kobe.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How are you doing? What's the plan?
Well, seeing as my military career really didn't take off, and in education there was nothing spectacular, I really think that probably my next best suited skill would be military intelligence, of course.
Ah, okay. Gonna give it another, yeah.
But likely it will be the paramilitary, because I won't insult our CIA that much as to say Twice Failed is now an eligible candidate for the CIA.
Okay. So we need a strength or an intelligence B+. You've got that. One of more terms in the military. You've got that. Okay, so we have 2 skill raises: heavy weapons, ranged combat, survival, stamina, mobility, or driving.
I think it'll definitely be survival for number 1, and ranged combat, so that I can actually have a better chance at a promotion.
Okay, right. So let's raise those by a rank each.
Okay, no pushing for that.
Did you raise them? Yep. Awesome.
First one. I found something I'm good at.
Paramilitary. Okay, brawler, rifleman, machine gunner, combat engineer, improvised munitions, or tactician.
Let's see what the dice say.
Ooh.
The
combat
dice say
engineer.
Combat. Oh, God help our bridges.
Ah. That's a second one with combat engineer, I guess. This could be fun. You could be keeping together of who's keeping the explosives. Okay,
just hearing lots of, you don't want to do it like that.
You don't want to do it like that, man. My Scottish accent's terrible. Okay, right. So we
have you heard Kroy's? Jesus.
I know. He's supposed to lead by example, isn't he? Right. So age D6 for how old you become. A 1.
Oh. Okay, so that leaves me at 25. Oh, nice. I like that age.
You are a youngster. Let's see if you suffer any sort of injury or effect of your careers. Roll a d8, please. A 1 or a 2 means a stat goes down.
Oh,
not to have a stat loss. It's good. Okay, now let's see if the war breaks out for yourself. Another d8, please. So this is term 3, isn't it? Term 3 or term 4?
Ooh,
term 4, are we?
Are we term 4? No, 3.
3?
Yeah, this is term 3, isn't it, for you?
Started on me.
Okay.
Term 3. So war doesn't break out. It's got to be below the terms you serve. So it's got to be 1 or 2. So next time it'll be 1, 2, or 3. Okay. So we've done age. We've done. Yeah, but we are done with you. Okay. So what are we? 10. Do you want to take a few minutes break, Kroy? Now, or do you want to carry on and do another round?
We could do another round and then take a. Is there a kind of thing that happens after that? Do we when we call war? Is it war for everybody?
It depends when we roll.
Yeah, if you go to war, then we will do your war term, and then you'll be done. If others haven't had war, we will go on with them.
Got you.
Okay, so it is Kroy for term 4, I believe we are on now. So Doddy. You started out as a farmer. You went into Her Majesty's service. You served your term. You came back out because your old man was struggling and the haggis wasn't getting cooked. You did term 3 as a farmer. What do you fancy for term 4? What did Doddy do? Did he do something else? Civilian?
Well, given that he picked up a lot of engineering skills when he was in the military. The farming wasn't going so well, so he diversified, and they started up an agricultural engineering business on the side. Like servicing vehicles and doing that kind of thing.
Okay, a mechanic. That sounds good. So term 4 is a mechanic. Okay, so you get 2 skill raises. Your choices of skills are tech, driving, mobility, or stamina. You can put 2 skills with 1 raise or 1 skill with 2.
I'll put
tech would be the repair stuff.
1 in stamina and 1 in tech. Does it go to a D if it's a starting one?
Starts at a D, yes. Yeah. Okay, cool. Right. So that is your 2 skills. Now, can we make a skill roll of one of those 2 you've just raised?
Yeah.
And let's see if you get a promotion and get a speciality.
I think I do.
You do. You've got a 7 there, so you get to choose one of the mechanic. So you've got a lot of specialities, mate. Okay, blacksmith, gunsmith, locksmith, mechanic, scrounger, or improvised munitions. Probably mechanic one is what you're looking at, yeah?
So,
is
what is it? There's you said blacksmith?
You got blacksmith.
Aye.
Blacksmith, gunsmith, locksmith, mechanic, scrounger, or improvised munitions.
I think blacksmith, because you're fixing frames and we're building custom parts. So, blacksmith, knowing how to just... and also with horses, that fits in, because you need to be able to know how to...
Yeah, that does fit in.
As a farrier. Yeah. So that's... that all works. Right. That's nice, that.
Yeah. So blacksmith gives you a +1 modifier to tech rolls for metalworking, forging, casting, moulding, and smelting. You are the jack of all trades. Right, okay.
Got to be as a farmer
now. Exactly. As I know, playing Farm Simulator, I'm getting expert. I'm not doing the Scottish accent too much, but yeah. Okay, right. Let's carry on. Right, let's roll a d6 for your age, my friend.
Whoa!
Is a satanic mechanic. 5. Okay, 5 years. Well, you need to set up this business.
34.
Okay, you're 34 years old. Okay, right. Okay, so let's roll a d8 now for any effects of aging or injury. So if you roll a 1, 2, or a 3.
Oh.
Okay, something has happened. Something has happened to Doddy. You need to lower down one of your stats by 1 rank. So whether it's an injury or whether at 34, after all the farming and all the things, you had some sort of injury there or something, you need to lower down one of your skills. Maybe
your knees are gone, son.
Yeah,
driving.
Basically, or maybe something happened and you took some damage, or
Yeah, he was doing some. We'll figure it out. Can I drop driving? Because it's a C. I could drop that down.
No, it's an attribute, not a skill.
Oh, an attribute. Oh, wow.
Yes, an attribute.
Oh well. In that case,
if you're looking at an injury, you're looking at dropping your strength down to C. If there was some sort of mental trauma, you maybe drop your empathy down to.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop my empathy down. It's failure after failure with his business. His cash flow's bad. He's lost his father. Yeah.
Okay, so we can work with that. I like that. Works overall. Okay, so now we've done the age. Let's roll another d8 to see if the shit really hits the fan and war breaks out. If you roll a 1, 2, or a 3, war breaks out.
No.
After all the crap that's happened, it doesn't get worse for you.
What is it good for?
It's Twilight 2050. That's what we call it.
We'll bring back up your empathy with experience points soon. Don't worry. As soon as war starts, of course.
Yeah. Experience points. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Right, okay. Okay, so we've done Doddy, so we're on to turn 4 for Brian. So, Rick.
Well,
okay.
Having gotten out of prison, there's not really a whole lot I can do in society.
Well, you have a record.
Find a job.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go into the military.
You're gonna enlist in the military.
I'm gonna enlist.
Okay, right. Okay.
And I think because I did particularly well on my entrance surveys or whatever they do,
the falsified details,
intelligence and whatnot.
Yeah.
No, not falsified, just based on sheer talent.
All right. Yeah. The prison record is. Yeah. Yes.
They bring me into the combat service support.
Combat support
instead of straight into combat arms.
Okay, I like that. Yes, it just needs a requirement of B. So is this your first term in the military, or did you do a term? It's your first term, isn't it?
This is my first time.
It's your first term. Okay.
But I already have 1 level in ranged.
Right. Okay. So recon, survival, tech are the skills?
No, not support. Service support.
Oh.
They didn't want an ex-con around guns.
Right. Okay. So combat service support is what you mean, yes?
Yes.
So. Right. Okay. So medical aid or
tech.
And then you've got your driving, your mobility, and your stamina.
So I'm already kind of decent at tech, so I'm going to put both points into medical aid.
Okay, so stick your 2 into medical aid. I'll make it a C.
Yep.
Nice. Let's have and you start off as a private first class, so let's see if you get a promotion. So if you can roll your medical aid.
Guess we'll say Army. Yeah, Army makes sense. All right, so med aid roll.
Yes, you get a
promotion.
Success. You got a promotion, so you become. I think specialist is the one after private, if memory serves me. So just put rank
private
+1
first class.
Oh, it's private first class, then specialist.
I'm already PFC. Yes. I got in as PFC.
Right. Okay. Yes. Right.
So I think specialist is correct, but we can look at it.
Yeah,
I got a +1.
Yeah. We'll go with yes. It's a +1. I think it's specialist. You do come in at private first class rather than private. Okay. So your choices are as follows. He says as he scrolls down because he lost it. Mechanic, gunsmith, electrician, computers, combat medic, or field surgeon.
I'm going to take combat medic.
Okay, so this is Rick. Let's get a very, very, very useful skill for Rick. So combat medic is you +1 modifier to medical aid rolls for helping an incapacitated character get back up. No effect on treating critical injuries, though. Okay, so combat medic. Okay, so let's do your age now. So D6 for your age.
Mm-hmm. I just forgot how to type. All right.
So 4 years. Okay. So now we get the effects of your age, your experiences, your life. So roll a D8, and this is turn 4. So 1, 2, or 3 would mean a loss of a stat. An attribute, rather.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
So what happened then? Is it what's the injury? You've got some good stats, so you're not going to be too deficient.
I think I'm gonna say that I don't know. I'll think about it, but I don't know what the injury was, but I'm gonna bring down agility to
a B. Awesome. The effects of the hard life. Okay, so let's have another D8 for you to see if war breaks out. 1, 2, or 3, and war breaks out.
It does for me.
Oh.
Yeah.
So war breaks out for Rick. So there we go. So we'll leave you there, and we will go on to some old pirate.
All right.
Yes. So Evan Parker.
Yeah.
Term 4. Still a youngster.
Relatively, yeah.
Yeah. So you've been working this desk job.
Yeah, as an agent.
As an agent, yeah.
On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Well, allegedly something along those lines. So you're in the intelligence. So you've got another term in agent. You've got assassin. Hang on. Empathy C or D, agility B+.
Yeah.
You can't make that assassin.
Oh,
But
that's where I was going.
You're just not 007 material, I'm afraid. you tried out to be 006.5, and unfortunately, they wouldn't take you.
I mean, judging by the way things have gone, I think James Bond is definitely what this guy is based on. I think I'm going to stay another term in agent.
Okay, all right. Okay, so you get 2 skill increases, or 1 skill increase of 2. Range combat, recon. Maybe that's why you couldn't make assassin, because you couldn't shoot a gun. Range combat, recon, persuasion, stamina, mobility, or driving.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. You see, I'm the only one that can't shoot a gun, right?
That is true. Well, you can shoot a gun, you just no skill in it.
Really, really bad at it.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna stick with that.
Okay, I like this.
And I'm gonna go. I got 2 skills, right? So I'm gonna.
You have 2 points, yes, effectively.
I'm gonna go recon again.
Okay, so that's going to take your recon to C. Yep.
And I'm gonna go with persuasion.
Oh,
hey.
He can't shoot a gun. He hasn't got his 00.
He doesn't have to.
Silver tongue.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's kind of one half of the James Bond thing.
Yeah. Okay. So what's your persuasion? A now. Okay.
Yeah.
So now we need to make a
skill check. Is it
a skill check? So I would use persuasion rather than yes. So let's do what you're good at. Let's see if you get something good there. Ooh.
That's the thing, right?
You're still doing well. Okay, so you have a choice of specialties: intelligence, locksmith, investigator, scout, psyops, or sidearms. Okay, so for example, intelligence. Yep.
Yeah. Intelligence. What does that cover then?
Intelligence. When you roll a recon, when you spot enemy troops, vehicles, or weapons, if you succeed, I tell you their stats. So I would tell you how good they are.
Okay.
Okay, so that's intelligence. What was the other one that you
investigator?
Investigator.
Yeah.
Okay, investigator is roll a recon when you spend a stretch or more, so a period of time, investigating the scene of a crime or a battle. If you succeed, the referee should give you some useful information about what has happened and when. So again, you can break down
these things.
Yeah. And the other one you were looking at?
Psyops.
Psyops.
Yeah.
Psyops, he says, because he can't spell. Psyops.
That's like.
Yeah. You get your +1 bonus to persuasion rolls for changing someone's mind about a particular issue.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Yeah, really.
Oh, that's too good to pass up, right?
The +1, but basically, when you roll a skill roll, the bonuses, so a +1 or a -1, would either improve your lowest or your best stat either way. Okay. So yes, it would make you a little bit more silvery tonguey. Up to you, mate. Investigator, psyops.
I know.
And then the other one you got is sidearms, which will give you a bonus with using weapons. But you don't want to go down that route.
Well, yeah. I'm gonna go with psyops, I think.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So Evan Parker is going for psyops.
Yeah.
God, that's the first promotion you've rolled, isn't it? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you've got your linguist and your psyops. Wow. Okay, so let's see if you've how old you've come. So let's add on some aging to you.
Okay.
So roll a d6, please.
2.
2 years.
28. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Right.
What a 2 years though.
What a 2 years. Yeah, you learned something new.
I did.
You persuaded someone to do something, but
I persuaded somebody I was actually good at my job.
That's true. That is true. Right, now we need to roll a d8 to see if the effects of your desk job or your life have caused any injuries or problems. So can you roll you're okay. You needed a 1, 2, or a 3. Let's see now if war breaks out. Roll a d8. No!
You can't break out yet. I'm still young.
I know you're still young. Right. That's Pirates sorted out for term 4. And I never thought it would go on this long. So we are looking at Jake.
Yeah, I'm loving every minute of how long it's going on, so it's all good.
Well, at least it's not as length of time it takes to do a first edition character. That was a long time. Right. Jake,
Well,
turn 4 for you.
Turn 4 for me. Some interesting developments have happened.
Okay.
Some old pirate seems to be very similar to the first character that I rolled. So this might actually be the character that we played.
I am so sorry. I did not.
Party variety. I'm super happy because I like the randomness of the process. But
yes,
I will say this. I would like some advice because I was really doing well in the paramilitary. I actually got a promotion. I actually felt like I was doing good. Maybe I'm ready to go back into the military and, really be a part of it again.
Okay.
So it would lead me to Spec Ops or Officer. I'm not partial to either. So if you think we need somebody to kind of cool everybody under fire, it would be Officer. Or if you think we need the equipment at the very beginning, it could be Spec Ops. What do you think?
I'm to be honest, I'm easy either way. It makes no difference. If you become an officer, you are looking now at, we have a more, at the moment, military orientated group. In the fact that there's been some military service on it. So they kind of, when they get drafted back into service, if you go for the officer, they'll be kind of looking at you as an officer, as an LT, which is what you would effectively become, a second lieutenant. And no one likes second lieutenants. Spec Ops, you have that beauty of that, I was a ranger, Navy SEAL, or whatever you want to do. It's, probably Rangers will probably be the way to go with the army. So
you're very insightful. I think I prefer when the bullets are coming towards me and not from behind my back. So I think Spec Ops it is, and not second LT.
That sounds good. So you've done the 1 term in combat arms. You've got strength agility B+, and in C+.
So far.
Yep, you're fine. So yes, so your starting rank, you go in, would be a first rank of sergeant. So it'll be just a plain old sergeant.
All
you
right.
get to choose now. You've already done some range combat. This is not your first term. It's effectively your second military term. So you can raise close combat, range combat, recon, or survival, plus, of course, driving, mobility, and stamina. You have 2 levels to raise.
I think it's going to be survival would be, let's just quick. I want to be really good at ranged combat. I will do ranged combat to B.
Yep.
I will do mobility to D.
Yep, that sounds good.
Try to be that skill monkey, and then use the 2D10s to try for
a promotion. Make your range combat.
Okay, it's going to be 0.
Wow, yes, you do so well. So we have specialities are paratrooper, ranger, infiltrator, combat awareness, sniper, or Sierra training.
I believe somebody chose the ranger ability.
With the ranger ability, yes, I think someone has got the ranger speciality. Yes, I think it's Doddy.
Yeah, that's me. I learned that in prison.
Oh, yes, you did. Yes. Okay. Yes.
So I will try combat awareness.
Okay. Again, just for everyone else, just so they know what combat awareness does. Basically, when drawing initiative, you may draw 2 cards instead of 1, and choose on which one you want to act in. It's live, Arabella Solar. It's live. Eventually, it's live. Kind of, hello, it's live, yes. So, yes, that gives you the ability, when we draw initiative cards, you'll draw 2 cards. And yes, we will be using the initiative cards. And choose which one you want.
Excellent.
Is that what you want to go for?
Yes.
Okay, so this is Kobe. Let's give you combat awareness. Okay, let's do the important things, and let's age you. Roll a d6 for your age, please. 2 years.
3 years, not bad.
Okay, not too bad.
I am at 27.
Oh, a youngster. You've done a lot. A lot of you have packed a lot in your young lives so far. Well, apart from Doddy, who's old, I think. Okay.
D8. Let's see if I have to decrease an agility.
Nope, you're fine.
Oh, that's good.
Let's see if war breaks out.
All right. Yes! It does for me. Yes! 2 down, 2 to go.
Oh man. War breaks out before you're too old.
I have to say, I've got the perfect equipment class now for this, so I'm good. I feel good.
So we have two players now where war has broken out.
Yeah. Well, it's already broken out. We just haven't realised.
Yes.
That's the nature of the British.
Yes. Yes, absolutely something.
I'm a little bit slow to react.
Okay, so that is turn 4 for everyone, isn't it?
Yes. I think that's it. Do you want to take a break now?
Let's take a 10-minute break now, Kroy.
I'll take it. Yeah, no problem at all. Good call, right? We'll be back in 10 minutes. Back in 10 minutes, everybody. Come back. Bye-bye. Back in 10.
Because this is really interesting.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So we have. I think it was Doddy is at war. Got to war stage. No, it's not Doddy. So is it Kobe and Rick that are at war then?
They are.
Excellent. So I tell you what we'll do. Not with each other, not necessarily. So what we'll do is we'll do the next term for Doddy and Evan, and then do. Now we're down to 2, and then we'll do the at war terms all
at
together
war terms, sure.
At the end. That sounds good. So
we'll see you in an hour, guys.
Yeah. No, it won't take that long. The dice roll cannot be that good, really. Hopefully,
they're literally going to be 50 and 60 years old while we're like,
that's it,
and have D in all their stats. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, okay, Doddy. So we are now on term 5 for you.
Yep.
So you spent 5 years.
Yep.
From memory, as a blacksmith, effectively, didn't you?
Big engineering.
As a mechanic, yes. You're farm engineering, but you suffered
fixing
a lot of
big
problems
buildings.
with. Yeah. But okay, so what's next? Did you go into the construction industry next? Is that the plan?
My son and my daughter.
The son and daughter. I like this.
They were interested in coming into the farm, so they helped to take that on, and that was good. That worked, and so I continued to get back and really push my side of the business that I'd created. The kids were looking after the farm. It was working well. So I thought maybe it was time to keep going with the mechanics business.
Okay, so another term as a mechanic then. Right. Fantastic. So you get 2 skill raises. Tech, driving, mobility, or stamina. What do you fancy?
Well, his kids have taught him a thing or two about computers. I've learned a thing or two from them, and that's partly what's helped with the business. So I think maybe a bit of tech in there might not be terrible.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, about this time, hopefully, we were looking at Windows 3.1, and maybe we're getting close to Windows 95. Maybe even lucky, Windows 98.
And some of the machines need to be plugged into computers now.
And they've got these big screens, haven't they? Okay, so raise your tech by 1 or 2.
That's up at 1.
Okay. And then you've got driving, stamina, or mobility.
Mobility? What does that do?
So if you want to run extra distance,
all right,
you make a mobility roll. It helps you, that sort of thing. Getting around, basically.
Yep,
if you want to jump over barbed wire, you get to make a mobility roll.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, right. Now, you are the serial expert in your job. So either make a skill roll based on one of the skills that you've actually improved. So mobility or tech. And let's see if you get promotion. And then... Okay, so make a tech roll.
An 8.
You're doing good, mate. So you've got blacksmith. So you've got a choice of gunsmith, locksmith. You've got mechanic, haven't you? Well, no, you haven't got mechanic. No, you haven't got mechanic. So it's locksmith, gunsmith, locksmith, mechanic, scrounger, or improved munitions.
I'm gonna be a bit selfish here. When I love lockpicking, so I'm gonna pick lockpick just because, and then work out how it fits in afterwards.
Well,
I can't pass that up.
Hang on, I'm sensing a Kelly's Hero type mission where you try and go and find some gold in a bank behind Soviet line. Okay, lock picking. You've got a criminal, so that could actually work.
That's it. We're the perfect heist crew here. That's what we're doing. This is the wrong game. What are we playing?
So you're going locksmith.
Yeah, it kind of fits in with the technical side of things. I think that.
Yep.
Car stuff, alarms. Okay. Yeah, that's technical. It kind of fits in with engineering. Yeah, broad.
Okay, right.
Yeah, locksmith, love it.
Locksmith. Right. Okay, let's roll a d6 for your age, old man.
Okay. 6.
6 years.
If I don't watch it, I'll be overtaken. I'll be older than IRL. Anyway, right. So
he was trying to get into that car door for a long time.
I've had plenty of time to develop these skills. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Plenty of time.
So hang on. That's 6 years. Didn't you have 5 years in the last term? So,
yep.
How old are your kids now? This is going to be interesting.
Yeah. I'm 40 years old now.
40 years old.
At this rate, you're going to be playing one of your kids.
Okay. So you're going to have to start again now. You're playing the kid of Doddy. Right. You're playing Dodd Jr. Doddy Jr. Here, Doddy Jr. Right. Okay, sorry. We've done your age. Now let's roll a D8. And you've got to roll 1, 2, 3, or 4. If you roll one of those, you're going to lose an attribute point.
6.
Okay, 6. You're okay. Now roll another D8. See if war breaks out. Again.
4.
Yes!
That's equal to the term.
Another one falls.
To the term. Another one falls. Okay, so we are at war for Doddy, so we're going to put Doddy aside for now.
Oh.
Term 5. But now we're with our secret agent, our James Evan Parker Bond.
That's him.
Couldn't make a license to kill. But he got a silvery tongue that he can stick anywhere. Right. Okay. Okay, so Evan, turn 5. What are you fancy doing with your life? You're an agent.
I think at this point, maybe, at the grand old age of 28.
Yep.
It's time to retire from the dangerous world of spying.
Okay, yeah.
Perhaps he's going to go and work for some big business somewhere for a while. So I'm thinking maybe choosing the white collar manager.
Yep, that sounds good. Yep. Okay, so you've done a term education. You've got an empathy B still. Yes, you have. Okay. Okay, so you can raise tech, command, persuasion, driving, mobility, or stamina. You've got 2 points.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go for command this time around.
Okay, interesting. Good work.
Yeah.
1 point in command.
And maybe tech as well to one.
Okay, yeah. Give you some basic.
Yeah.
Some basic stuff.
I think he's gonna have to doing big business. You've got to be able to use a mouse, haven't you?
Absolutely. Right. Okay. So you've chosen 2 new skills. If you can make a skill roll using one of those 2 skills, command or it doesn't matter which one you roll, they're both going to be exactly the same.
Yes, I'll go with command for now then.
Okay, make a command roll.
No
promotion. Okay. Right. So now let us do your age. So D6.
Okay. Yep.
This is where you're going to roll a 6 now. I've got this feeling on it. Okay.
Yeah.
1.
Okay. Yeah. That's...
1 year, so that's at 29.
29.
Ah, dear. Okay. Now we're going to be on term 5, aren't we? So aging effects first.
Okay.
So a D8, 1, 2, 4, and you lose a point of attribute.
Nice.
Nice. You're okay.
What a sprightly 29-year-old he is.
You haven't got a lot of attributes to lose, so that was pretty damn good. Okay, so now the important, the at war term.
Yeah, here we go, folks.
So again, under 4, 1, 2, 3, or 4, and war breaks out for you.
Yeah. Yes. You pack so much in such a young life. All right.
Okay. Yes. So, so we're now on.
I'm just a drifter. I'm just drifting in and out of all these different jobs. Yeah. Almost by accident. He's like Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, folks.
Okay, no, this is fine. This is going to be interesting.
Just hang on for the war. The war will be along shortly.
War will wait for you, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So we're now on term 6.
Yeah, man. I don't know where to go from here.
Did you do 2 terms in education?
I did 2 terms in education and 2 terms in intelligence.
Are you running out of professions and skills in the book already?
I'm not. Logically, where he would go, I can't figure out now. So
you've got professor. You know,
that was my thing, but that's persuasion. I'm already maxed out on persuasion.
Yeah, but you can still choose your basic
mobility,
mobility, and driving, which
I could be like a driving instructor. Yeah. Okay, so
you could, maybe you got bored in the managers and you wanted to be a driver. Maybe you wanted to be a long distance lorry driver. You fancied the open road. Land's End to John O'Groats, or maybe you fell into crime. Anything. A hustler, maybe. No, maybe not.
I can see it. I can see him being a hustler now. Going from big business.
Yeah. You could join up to the military. You sense that war is coming, and you want to get in and do for Queen and country.
Hold on a minute. He's got an intelligence of B. If he knows war's coming, he's running the opposite direction.
Well, right? maybe.
I'm turning to a life of crime. I'm going to be a hustler.
Term 6. Yeah. What's it going to be?
He's a hustler. That's what he is.
You're going to go for the hustler. Okay.
Damn right.
Right. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Fast cash. You don't know who gets that. Right. Okay. So have you got an intensity of C+? You have.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's recon. You can't do persuasion. So recon, stamina, mobility, or driving. You have 2 skill increases.
I'm gonna go recon again.
Okay. So another point recon.
Yep. And I'm gonna go for mobility.
Okay. Right. So put 1 in each.
Okay.
So, Mr. Hustler.
Yeah.
Mr. Hustler, make either a recon or a mobility skill check for us. Let's see if you are...
I think it's exactly the same whatever I roll, so mobility it will be.
Wow.
I have a 6.
You've got so many blinking specialities.
No, you've got nothing.
Yeah, you've got nothing.
He's like spent years doing nothing. He's learned not a thing.
Right, Hustler, we have sidearms,
Yeah.
Infiltrator, Scout, Interrogator, Psyops, or Trader.
Infiltrator. What's Infiltrator do? That sounds. It sounds cool.
It sounds cool, does it?
Hmm.
Infiltrator gives you a +1 modifier to recon rolls when you're trying to remain undetected. So it's your sneaky stealth. Scout gives you +1 recon, +1 modifier to recon rolls for spotting others and avoiding ambushes. Interrogator gives you +1 bonus to persuasion for extracting information for a prisoner. Well, you're pretty much going to be maxed out on that unless it's an opposed roll, so it will be pretty good. Psyops.
Well, if I could do that, I could be good cop and bad cop.
You could be, yeah,
at the same time.
Psyops is a bonus to persuasion for changing someone's mind about a
I've already
subject.
got that one. Can you get it twice?
No, you can't.
Twice, right?
No.
In that case,
Trader is the other one you can get.
Yeah.
Gives you a +1 bonus to persuasion rolls when negotiating the price of an item.
That's what I'm going for.
So you're going for Trader, are you?
Okay. I think so. That kind of makes sense with
going
from big business to hustling people out of
and using your silver tongue to life insurance. Obviously, is the con game you were going into. The early
just any insurance, I think.
Yeah,
really.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So this is term 6. So let's roll an age. Let's see how much older. So 1d6 for your age.
Okay.
3 more years.
32.
32 years old. Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, let's roll a D8 now.
Retirement.
Yeah, roll a D8. And let's see, you've got to roll 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. You lose a stat. Okay, you don't lose any stats. Roll a D8 again, please.
Here we go. War.
This is war.
What is it good for?
War. It's good for business.
Yes!
Okay,
We're in. We're in.
Yeah, finally.
Welcome back to the game, guys. How you been?
Okay, right. We are at the at-war stage, thankfully. Now, we don't have any Polish people, which is interesting. We have no one that speaks Polish, but we do have an intelligence op expert, swindler, hustler, silver-tongued man that does know a bit of Russian. Okay, so the at-war term. So once World War III breaks out, everyone was trying hard just to stay safe and do what they could do for themselves. The final war at term, you may increase any 2 skills of your choice by 1 step each. You cannot increase 1 skill by 2 steps. In addition, you get to roll a d6 on the table on the next page to find a new speciality for yourself. Okay. If your final term before war breaks out was spent as a civilian, except for intelligence careers, so what have we got? Doddy's mechanic. Evan is a civilian, so you will get drafted. You'll get drafted. And the pop-ups. Oh, it's working.
I took my way out of it.
Kobe, you're in the army, and Rick is in the army, and Doddy is a civilian. Okay, so those in the military, you stay in the military. Those that are civilians get drafted, even at an advanced age.
An advanced age of...
Well, I say advanced age, but there's only one that's an old...
Can I try and persuade the draft officer that I'm only 14?
Oh dear. Right. Okay. So we'll do our 2 civilian characters first. So we'll do Doddy, and then we'll do Pirate. We'll cope with the draft. Okay. A war term is spent as a draftee or a volunteer in the military. In this case, one of the 2 skills increases for the at-war term one of them must be ranged combat, unless you already have a D or better in the skill. So basically, he says, reading his book, because I'd much rather read a book. You increase 2 skills of your choice by 1 step each. You cannot increase 1 skill by 2 steps, but one of your skills must be ranged combat. Okay. So, yes. Now, Doddy, you served in the military before, didn't you?
Yep. Did a term. Yep.
You did a term in the military. You did some tour. So you've already got some range combat, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
So let me just have a look here. I'm just looking for a particular thing here. Okay. I'm just checking. Okay. Would they? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you'll probably get drafted into the basic combat arms. Okay, so just go back to me at war terms. Second. Okay, so we're going to go with just basically just got drafted back into the standard combat arms. So close combat, heavy weapons, ranged combat, recon, and then we'll say the standard 3 skills: drive, mobility, and stamina are available. But you also must, we'll say you had a refresher course on the combat. So ranged combat must be 1. We'll say that you were a civilian before, so ranged combat must be 1 to make you slightly better. And then you can choose close combat, heavy weapons, or recon, or any of the drive, mobility, or stamina as the second skill. What do you fancy?
Go close combat.
Close combat. Okay, so 1 in close combat, and then 1 more in ranged combat. Okay. Now, this is where it's going to be really interesting. We're going to leave you there a minute, Kroy. We are going to increase. We are going to go quickly on to Pirate. Now, Pirate, because of your education, because of your so this is going to be really interesting because of your service to Her Majesty's government.
Okay.
You are actually drafted as an officer because you've got that education and that silvery tongue. You didn't want to be a grunt. You got. We're going to say an officer. Okay.
Okay.
I like that. I think this is with the command skill. The command skill that you chose. Did you choose command skill? Yes, you did. Didn't you?
I did.
That's going to work out quite nicely. So you get 2 skill choices. One of those must be ranged combat.
Okay, I'll add.
And then you can either have command, persuasion you can't have, or again, drive, stamina, or mobility. But I suggest command.
I'm going to go command. Yeah, I think command is the deal. Right?
And you can now put down that your rank is 2nd lieutenant. Because he's into the British Army. It's lieutenant.
Yeah.
Lieutenant.
2nd.
So you're going to be 2nd lieutenant. 2nd lieutenant. What's your surname? I can't find it. Parker. Lieutenant Parker. Yeah, it kind of works out quite nicely, doesn't it? I think that kind of works out rather well.
Yeah, he would have been absolutely hopeless.
He would have been absolutely
as a soldier.
If you think of a Blackadder goes forth, you were George.
Yeah. Okay.
You were George, maybe with a silvery tongue. Yes, or maybe we'll say with a silvery tongue, you're a bit more Blackadder-ish.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll say yes, but you are a 2nd lieutenant in Her Majesty's, and we'll find some sort of regiment for you that it means that we've God knows why you were down in Calais with all the Americans. Maybe I know what you did your basic training and you got through and got promoted and you got assigned as a liaison officer to the American troops to help you. Maybe you piss someone off, or
maybe because he speaks Russian. Maybe that would
that could be it. Yeah, intelligence agent. Speaks a bit of Russian. I like that. I think that works rather well. So that takes care of. Let's do the skills first. We'll go back now to our Rick Grayson. So you're already in the military. You are in special forces, weren't you?
No, support specialist.
Support specialist. That's right. It was yes. Okay, so let me get my page up. Okay. So we'll come back and finish off some other bits on Pirate and Kroy as we go along. So you were in the combat support services. Okay. So again, you get 2 skill choices. Medical aid tech, and then we got your driving, your mobility, and your stamina. It sounds like combat medic.
Oh, I thought I could take any two.
Plus, of course, you've got any two. Yeah, sorry, any two. Any two. You're right. Yes, any two, because you're in the military already.
Yeah, I just took range combat and stamina.
Cool.
Bump
Excellent.
those both up by 1.
Right, so we'll do that. Now we'll go and quickly do Jake, do Kobe's at war skills because you're in the military.
Okay. I think I'm actually going to increase mobility by 1.
Yep.
And I will choose also. It's a tough choice because it's the last choice, right?
It is the final choice.
The final choice. I think it will be recon +1.
Okay, cool. Okay, so you're all going to get to choose. Well, you're going to get to choose a, and you're all effectively last career was military because it was drafted. So you guys all get to choose one specialization. There's no promotion roles, no attribute ages. Now in the current rules, there's no length of time for the at war stage. In the alpha rules, they added 3 to your age. I think that, there needs to be. The war was going on since 96. So we are going to add 3 to all of your ages for your term in service as you're at war. Because I think that's something that should have stayed in from the alpha, but they got taken out. But we're going to do a little bit of a decision to go with that. So you're going to add 3 years to your age. But you're all going to get to choose a specialization. So we're going to go with Doddy first. Brawler, Ranger, NBC, which is nuclear, biological, or chemical warfare. Rifleman, Scrounger, or improved munitions.
What's improved munitions?
Improved munitions. I'm glad that you actually asked that because I think I think it's going to be a good one. Improved munitions gives you a +1 modifier to tech rolls for making zip guns and IEDs.
Aye.
So it's basic improvised weapons.
Yep. That sounds like Doddy. Yep.
That sounds like Dolly, does it? Okay, you're very easy to please. Okay, so we're going to go to let's go to our second lieutenant. Second lieutenant, you get to choose one of those skills. So again, Brawler, Ranger, NBC, which is your skill and knowledge with nuclear, biological, chemical weapons. Rifleman, Scrounger, or improvised munitions.
We've already got somebody with a Scrounger, right?
I believe we do, yes.
Is that you, Brian? Is it your case? Yeah. Okay.
Brawler is basically gives you a +1 for punching and hand-to-hand combat. Ranger gives you... I can't remember what Ranger does. Gives you a +1, I think, on...
To resist hardships.
To resist hardships and the cold and resist the cold and things as that.
Marching.
NBC. Now, NBC could be something that, you would possibly pick up. Being an officer, it gives you a +1 modifier to stamina for all infection rolls, even those triggered by radiation or chemical agent. It also lets you identify nuclear, biological, and chemical weapon effects to personnel and equipment. Now you've got that educational aspect to your career. Yeah, granted, it was liberal arts rather than the science side of it.
Yeah. Is that under MedAid? Is that MedAid rolled for that?
No, it's modified to stamina.
It's for NBC. Resisting.
Yeah, NBC is
resisting the effects.
So it helps you resist the effect.
Oh, resist. Gotcha.
And also identify the effects. So, you'd also use recon, and you get a +1 to your recon to identify, because recon is used to search and do that sort of things and spot that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So you get a +1 to anything to do with nuclear, biological, and chemical warfare. Rifleman basically just gives you a +1 bonus to shooting things, but you kind of didn't want to go down the heavily combat.
No.
And we are in a post World War III. Nuclear weapons have gone.
I think NBC sounds like it would be a useful thing, and might be a reason for these fellas to keep him around.
Exactly. I think that would work. Anyone got any thoughts to give Mr. Pirate some advice? I think that NBC will be a good one for him.
Yeah.
And also good view. Okay, so let's.
Unless anybody else was thinking of taking it. Was anybody else thinking of taking that one? No? Okay.
No.
I'll take that then, yeah, sure.
We're going for NBC. Okay, right. We'll do Brian next. So again, your specializations.
Yeah, I was really thinking improvised munitions, but I don't know if we need 2 people with that.
I'm actually thinking, although I was a combat engineer in there, I was, when you said brawler, when you described it to pirate, I had in mind that this guy was a big guy, and he wasn't that terrible at smacking people around. He's used to shifting big animals. He's used to putting his weight about.
What you're saying is you want the brawler rather than improvised munitions.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Okay, cool.
Because I know that other people are there as well, and when I heard the description, I was just like, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. So if that's okay, if I can swap around.
Brawler is fine. So, Rick, did you want to go for improvised munitions then?
Absolutely, yeah.
So Rick has improvised munitions. Jake, what about yourself?
I think, given everybody else's choices, I'm going to be the party scrounger. You need it, I'll find it. I'm your guy.
Yeah, that sounds good. And let's just do that one there. Okay, so that is all the specialization. Okay, so next we determine hit and stress. So get your brains out now. Okay, so Doddy, your hit capacity is on there as 5, and your stress capacity is 5. Hit capacity and stress capacity is based on your attributes. So hit capacity is strength plus agility as a number divided by 4. Stress capacity is your intelligence plus your empathy divided by 4. Evan. Yeah, okay, that's fine. And yeah, it's not too bad. Okay. Right. Determine your unit morale. Our unit morale will be based on the leadership role. So it is based on the command skill of the leader.
Oh.
Okay, so your unit, everyone's unit morale will be C. So if you could change it, it's in the combat tab.
Okay.
You don't roll promotion. I think all of your corners under fires are up to date for your promotions, so that's fine. Okay.
No, I think
if we've missed one, let's have a look. Doddy.
It goes up 1 for each promotion in military or intelligence.
Military intelligence. That's it.
Okay.
I think that's okay. Evan didn't get any promotions because he did. So his is D. So yeah, you're not very good under fire. Rick, did you get promoted? You've got a C.
Yep.
And Jake, you've got a C as well. Okay.
No,
Yeah,
I did.
Oh, you got a you got a promotion.
I got a promotion to psyops, didn't I?
Intelligence.
In intelligence, yeah.
Yes.
To do it.
So yes, you get actually a little better. Your coolness under fire is a C then. Excellent. Yes, you do. Okay, right.
I believe I got a military promotion under my last role. Might have been 1. Was that when I got combat awareness, or?
Yes. So you'll be a B then.
Nope.
Pretty damn cool.
That's not bad. Okay. Okay, so that is combat awareness. Now, the next thing that you guys have to choose is a moral code. Now, your moral code is something you live by. So, for example, let's find an officer. Your moral code: your team relies on you to survive, and it's your job to keep them alive. Or war is a glorious thing, and you are meant to command it. That's a sort of pattern, sort of moral code. The world has fallen to shit, but you can rebuild it. So a moral code is something that you try and live by. And how experience is done is at the end of every session, you get a certain amount of points for doing certain things. So helping someone or following your moral code or helping a friend or a buddy or putting your life on the line will award you extra experience. But a moral code is your values, your morals, and if you for example, if your moral code can give you a +1 bonus to any skill roll, any related skill roll to that moral code. So, for example, if one of you wanted maybe our combat medic, your moral code is to preserve life. If he went charging across open ground under fire to save the life of someone else, whether it's a colleague or a civilian or even an enemy, that's his moral code, is to protect life, to preserve life. So he will get a bonus for the skill roll, and also acting under that moral code will help gain experience for improving your skills later on. If you choose to betray that moral code in anything you do, you'll automatically get 1 point of stress. So if our combat medic, for example, decides that he's not going to race over under fire to help that wounded person, he decides to go against that moral code, he would automatically get 1 point of stress. And stress builds up. The more stress you have a chance of going catatonic or picking up some sort of mental illness as part of it. So you need to think of a moral code that based on your character. Doddy, your moral code is to survive the war.
Get home.
Yeah, get home.
Get home. That's back to my family. Back. Yep.
Or
is that your big picture? Your big
your big dream is to get home. Moral code is to survive.
Yeah.
And maybe you keep your friends alive that are going to help you.
Yeah. But exactly.
Think of something along those lines. Now you don't need to fill that in now, but you have a good think about it, and let's get a moral code that works for each of you. Another thing you have to choose is your big dream. So for Doddy, your big dream would be to get home and find your family.
Yeah.
That's a pretty obvious one.
Yeah.
For the rest of you, I don't know. It really depends on what you come out with from your life path, but it's got to be something that is there for you. Your immediate goal in the game is to live another day, but in the long run, survival is not enough. There has to be something. For the Americans, it could be again getting home. For our combat medic, it's just maybe home is gone because there has been a nuclear exchange. Maybe he knows that he's not heard anything. His family are gone, but find a big dream. And then the other thing that you guys need to choose is a buddy. So, a buddy. So whether it's one of you guys, so you choose one of the other PCs to be you feel closest to be your buddy. If you risk your life for your buddy, or make a major sacrifice for your buddy, you get a +1 modifier to a related skill. And also, if you can get a bonus XP again for helping out your buddy. So we have an Englishman, a Scotsman, and 2 Americans.
Englishman and Scotsman.
Are we looking that the 2 buddies are down on the cultural nationality side? sorry, Mark. That means you've got a buddy with a Scotsman and a kilt.
Yeah, I put Dottie down as my buddy because we would be the one, he would be the one I would feel closest to because he's, small town, works with his hands.
That sounds good. Yeah, that works.
But you and I are on the right side of the pond. They're on the other side of the pond.
Yeah, well, it doesn't mean you can't pick me as your buddy. We don't have to all...
Exactly. But Pirate, Mark, you could say, well, you're an officer, maybe you want the combat medic as your buddy because he can keep you alive.
Right.
Yeah. These are the things that, you kind of gotta sort out. And this is something where, we've done these characters and we've gone through a little bit of their history and how they grew into this war. You guys have now got to really just flesh this out. So, Dottie, I need to know about your family. You got 2 kids, a son and a daughter. So we look at your age. We need to look at how old they are. For the rest of you guys, I mean, Mark has probably not got a wife, but he may have a string of girlfriends across the world. As a former,
he's trying to avoid.
He's trying to avoid. Small town. For is their family? We need to know a little bit about your family. Now, basically, the war started in '96, effectively, during the U.S. primaries. This is where Clinton got defeated. This is one of the changes of the time. Clinton got defeated, and in the end, it was a former U.S. Marine that gets installed as president. So there's a few changes to the timeline, and I'll make sure I get the timeline accessible for you guys so you can have a look at it and see exactly where things do change. The Berlin Wall did come along, and in this version of Twilight, the Polish, they're on your side. They actually worked with NATO against the Soviets. In the old editions, they were part of the Warsaw Pact, so they were the enemy. But in this version, they are effectively friendly, although there are probably some Poles that won't like Americans. Okay, right. So those are some things to think about for, effectively our session 1. Now, the other thing that we've got to sort out, you've chosen your buddies. You've got to decide how you guys met. Okay, so we're looking at maybe Mark, your character as an officer. Maybe Kroy came along with you as your driver, your protector, your guard. As you joined the American units, the 5th Mechanized Infantry Division, to do your part. And what happened is basically there was a major offensive in the war where NATO and the Americans decided to push against the Soviet forces. They wanted to push through Poland to Warsaw. And at the town of Kalisz, the Soviets bit back and shit hit the fan, basically. And, basically the division that you were part of got literally wrecked. Now, we got a spec op sergeant. So probably you were in that area doing some work or doing a little bit of, shooting, gunning, killing, and whatever else spec ops do in the area. And we have a medic there who's probably serving in the combat support services. And basically, you guys, when the shit hit the fan, the commanding officer of the division said, you guys, you're on your own. The division's been decimated. Thousands of people killed in this final operation of the war. And you guys are literally told to go out and get out of here. You're on your own now. And we are going to start you guys off in an area around the city or the town of Kalisz. We will sort that out shortly when we have a look at the map so you can see where it is. You'll have some basic knowledge of friendly and military units that are in that area. And you guys escaped in a vehicle with a couple of other people. we have where are we? Let's use my notes rather than Foundry. We have a radio operator who worked at the command center, a specialist, Anthony Michaels. Always used to call himself Sparks, but you didn't get much to do with him, but he's there as well. You also have with you, and this is probably someone that our combat medic would know. We have a major, sorry, not a major, a captain, a military doctor, what's her name? Captain Alison Robinson. She's a surgeon, a military surgeon, and in the escape from the city, she has taken a rather nasty belly wound. So technically, she's there. So that's basically how we're going to start. I'm going to put up the Polish map so you guys can see. Then we'll do the final things for character creation, the group equipment, and we'll sort out your basic equipment because it's basically what you get for your career. So I'm just going to put up the map of Poland. This has definitely taken a lot longer than I thought it would do. So you can all see the map of Poland, yes?
Yep.
Excellent. Go for that. Something's working in Foundry apart from character creation. Okay, so you can see the nuclear area of Warsaw. And again, my icon is spinning around. That's where the American forces were actually going to. Kalisz is here. So it's, I don't know, it's in hex. I think it's
west.
P23. It's west. So there it is. You've got it on this Twitch stream there.
Okay.
We are going to roll. Who wants to? We'll have our lieutenant. Mark, can you roll a d6 for me, please?
Sure.
Okay, we're going to start you in this square here. Now, how do I draw? So we are going to start. Draw circle. We're going to start you in this hex here.
Okay.
You can all see the little thing. Yes, you can. We'll get an image, a rather thing. So, this is where you guys are going to be starting, and this is a rather interesting start because, you've got you've actually got Soviet forces on the west of you, and you've got a river to cross if you want to go east. Now, there are a lot more forces in Poland than what you see on the map. This is the forces that you know of based on the group of you being together and pooling the information that you have. The red images are Soviet. The blue are, up here, you've got some German troops, there's some Polish forces, and there's a couple of units of American forces. And I've just drawn another circle. Ignore that one. We'll get rid of it. So you guys, when we start on session 1, the first thing we're going to decide on is basically which way you're going. Are you going to go north and up here towards the coast and maybe out there? Or do you want to go and meet up with the Germans up here? There's some American units, and that's the remains of the 5th. And, you've gone from 11,000 personnel to maybe 650 personnel in total. 19 combat vehicles out of a normal 414. So it's all about you surviving and you getting to do whatever you want to do based on your big dreams and your moral code. So really have a good think about what your moral code is. We've got names for the characters. We could do with some appearances and maybe some character portraits. That'll be quite good.
Yep.
We'll sort out your basic starting because it's getting close to finish time now. I would like to have done some actual gameplay, but someone decided to play too many terms in. your character creation.
The war waits for no one.
The war waits for no one by you. Now, one thing we have to decide on, as well as your personal equipment, which we'll add onto your character sheets, is the group starting equipment and a vehicle. So who wants the responsibility of rolling some dice? Should we have it to be our officer? I think that Mark's dice have been fairly good tonight, haven't we? How bad can it be?
Have they?
Right. So Mark, we have 4 PCs.
Okay.
So this is going to be your starting vehicle. Now, bear in mind the gasoline, petrol.
We won't need that for a push bike.
Is virtually non-existent. Most of the vehicles have already been converted to run on alcohol. Okay. So that's another thing you have to find is fuel. So you get to roll a 2d6 and add 4 to it because we have 4 PCs.
Okay.
Now, if you roll a really low roll, you don't start with a vehicle. That could be interesting. You could start with a tank. If you roll high, that's going to be interesting.
Too much pressure.
So, Mark,
okay.
Lieutenant.
Middling. How about middling?
8 plus the 4 is 12.
No, that's included, isn't it? Isn't that including the?
Oh, you did do it. Oh, sorry,
no,
you did do it. Yeah, you did. You did do it.
Hold on. Wait, hold on.
No, it didn't count it.
No,
So
it didn't.
it's a total of 12.
That's right.
12.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, you guys are going to start off with a Jeep or a Humvee. So
Nice.
I think
I'm going to let the
Humvee.
can the driver decide what we have for that?
Well, I think that we're actually going to go with a Humvee. We're going to go though.
Okay.
We're going to take something from first and second edition. Rather than the standard combat Humvee, we're going to have a Medivac Humvee. So an ambulance Humvee.
Okay.
I think that would be quite
not an ice cream Humvee.
Not an ice cream Humvee. We're going to have a medical. I think that worked out quite well. You guys happy with that? You know, we've got a combat medic. We've got a very injured senior officer, captain. I think that works kind of well. Right, now as well as your personal equipment, your personal equipment is going to be things like fatigue, some body armor, basic weapons, some other bits and bobs. We also have a selection of group gear that we have to choose. Now, this is something that you guys are going to choose. There's no table. I mean, you're all going to have a backpack. You're all going to have the basic commodities, you know, a sleeping bag maybe not a tent, but a sleeping bag. So, the group gear is an extra backpack, a bow, including D6 arrows, any pistol, shotgun, including D3 reloads, any sniper or hunting rifle, including D3 reloads, light machine gun or general purpose machine gun, including 1 ammo belt, so slightly heavier weapon, a grenade launcher or anti-tank rocket launcher, including D3 reloads, so something to take out something bigger. We have an extra D6 of magazine reloads for any weapons. We have D6 reloads for any grenade or rocket launcher. D6 hand grenades of any type. We have a dirt bike with half a tank of fuel. That can be strapped on the top of the ambulance. A pair of binoculars. This is probably the next one is probably going to be the one that you're going to go, because your Humvee only has half a tank of fuel. And alcohol doesn't burn as efficiently as petrol or diesel. So you could have D100 litres of any fuel in jerry cans, which is good for fueling a vehicle, or maybe for trade. Who knows? D6 personal medkits. This is on top of any that you may have. D6 rations of food, or D6 rations of clean water. So have any of you kind of got any preferences on there?
Any as the team medic who's not currently gut shot, I will inform everyone that each personal med kit can only be used once, and I have 1. So we might want to take those. I don't know how many choices we're going to get off this list.
You get equal to the number of PCs in the group. So you get 4 choices. So you're going to get a choice out of this. So, do we going to say D6 medkits then? Are we? As your choice.
That's what our medic says.
Right. Yep. Okay. So our medic. Can you
always check the cleric?
Yeah, check the cleric. Yeah, roll 1d6 then, please. Let's see how many medkits you get.
5.
5.
Oh,
medkits.
Nice.
That's nice. Good start. Good start. Okay, so again.
Do you guys want me to backpack those?
Well, yeah. I think we'll.
Or do we want to spread them around?
Well, that's something that we'll sort out. We'll have a chat because it's getting late and it's midnight here. So
fair enough.
We'll basically, we get together about half an hour before we start anyway. So for the first session we're going to do before Christmas, we'll have a quick chat. I'll make sure your equipment's done. Right.
I'll keep track of the picks in my notes section.
Thank you.
Typing.
Thank you. That's awesome. Okay, so anything else you guys fancy?
You see, I'm thinking fuel, the water, and the medkits were going to be my first.
Okay, so we're going medkits. So we're going to go fuel.
Fuel or water? Yeah.
So who is our driver? Who is the?
That is also me.
Yeah.
That is also you. Okay. So we're gonna let you roll D100 then for how many liters of fuel we get.
No pressure though.
No pressure. Wonderful.
Okay.
We don't have a spill yet. Remember.
I've got a feeling it's good. You've got a vehicle. We need fuel.
Ooh, nice. 73.
That's good. Yeah.
Nice.
73 liters of fuel.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's good. That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay.
You know what that makes us? A target.
It does indeed.
You know what that makes us?
Make you a target.
It makes us drunk.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, basically, just for reference, I'll give you guys. So anyone in combat arms, so that'll be Doddy. You'll start off with an assault rifle, D6 reloads of ammunition, a flak jacket, helmet, knife or D6 hand grenades, one personal medkit, and a backpack. We have one person that's in combat support, don't we?
Yeah, that's me.
That's an assault rifle, D6 reloads, flak jacket, helmet, knife or hand grenades, a personal medkit, a mop suit or man-pack radio, and a backpack.
Ooh, I got one reload.
Okay, so make a note of that. We'll go through those that are not making any rolls now. We'll sort that out. I can always chat with the guys later. Well, we've got a special ops guy, haven't we? We've got one guy that's special ops. So our special ops guy has an assault rifle or a sniper rifle. Ooh. Any pistol or D6 hand grenades, or a rifle-mounted grenade launcher. He has D6 reloads for each weapon, so he's pretty decently armed. Binoculars or night vision goggles. Flak jacket, helmet, knife, a medkit, and a backpack. So that's the sort of stuff that you get. And again, for Kroy and for Pirate, I will give you British weapons rather than American weapons. So again, that
superior British weapons. Is that what we're going with?
Was it the L85A2? Sorry, L85A1? Was that superior back in the time? I don't think so.
I'm surprised we're not using Sten guns, to be quite honest.
Yeah. Our officer, so Mark, yourself, you will start off with either a pistol or a submachine gun, no rifle. You'll have D6 reloads. You'll have a man-pack radio or night vision goggles, a flak jacket, knife or D6 hand grenades, and a personal medkit. So our special ops guy is going to be the most equipped of you. So, bear in mind that, what do you think for your other two choices for your group equipment?
I'd be happy with a shotgun, but I'm easy without either.
Okay.
Extra short range destruction.
Well, we've had a med kit chosen by our medic.
Yep.
I think the consensus and officer was fuel. Is there anything else in the list that you think would be better than a shotgun?
Well, that's it. Shotguns are good for suppressing fire, I believe. But if we take the shotgun, that would mean that Spec Ops has to take the sniper rifle. Whereas if we take the hunting rifle, then Spec Ops can take more of a combat rifle and have a little bit more.
Well, you can also craft a scrap hunting rifle or a scrap shotgun.
Yep. Once you gain the materials, yes.
Yeah, once we get some materials.
Yep. Cool. I mean, other options you'd be looking at, a light machine gun, which is another good weapon for suppressing fire, and basically suppressing fire and avoiding taking damage is almost as important as taking damage. So, you got some choices there.
Well, we all have rifles, right?
You all have rifles apart from the officer, which either have an SMG or just a pistol. More than likely, I think we'll go with just a pistol, because that kind of works in with what Mark was kind of working with his character of not being that skilled in weaponry. So we'll have a pistol. The rest of you will have either assault rifles, apart from our Spec Ops can either have an assault rifle or a sniper rifle. So it's down to choice.
Wasn't one of the choices extra ammo?
Yes, a choice is D6 magazines or reloads for any weapons.
I don't know. I made my choice, so you guys should pick some.
Okay. So we've effectively had the leader choosing fuel, our medic choosing medkits.
Medkits.
So let's have we got our Spec Ops guy, and our infantry grunt, our Doddy, our kilt wearing Scotsman. What do you guys fancy?
It's gonna be up to us to keep the rest alive.
Yep.
What do we prioritize now, Dottie?
Weapons, ammo.
It's about supplies, isn't it? It's about who can shoot the most in a firefight and stay alive and get out the next time. So we've got guns, we've got the ability to shoot stuff already. We can pick up more on the go. I think having that extra ammo is a good call, because it just means we don't have to be foraging in dangerous places for ammo right off the bat.
Okay.
So I'd be happy with extra ammo as one of them.
Okay, so Doddy, make that D6 roll. D6 magazines or reloads for any weapon, and we'll again short out the ammo and the reloads based on final weapons. 5.
Nice. Good job.
Got it.
5 reloads. Nice. Awesome. So we have one final choice. So backpack, bow and arrows, pistol or shotgun, sniper or hunting rifle, LMG, grenade launcher or anti-tank rocket launcher, D6 reloads for any grenade, D6 hand grenades, a dirt bike, a basic toolkit, binoculars, fuel, which you've got, medkits, you've got rations and water. So you've got one choice left. Basic toolkit, perhaps?
I mean, I'm thinking basic toolkit, because that's not a consumable that's going to be hard to find. Consumables we'll find. Who's our techie repairman? It's our farmer.
I think we've got 2, haven't we? They can do stuff like that.
I'm a mechanic, and we've got a blacksmith.
So would you like to have a toolkit?
A basic toolkit sounds good. Because you're going off road, you may need something to repair that goddamn Humvee.
Basic toolkit.
We have a consensus basic toolkit. Awesome. Thank you very much, gentlemen. It has been an absolute honor to roll. We'll sort out over the next day or so basic kit. I mean, Jake, you've got the game already, so you can add on your bits. You know where to pick it up from. I'll talk with Pirate and Kroy. And Brian, have you got the rulebook on the... Can you do yours?
I do. I've kind of already been adding my base gear based on my profession.
Excellent. Cool. So I'll sort out Kroy's and Mark's over the next week, and we'll be convening back here for one pre-Christmas session, and then we'll be back in January. So 2 weeks today, we'll have our session. It's going to be about 10 days after. Well, let's do it down to you guys. Technically, no, we'll do it 10 days. Let's do it traditional. It's going to be June, July sort of time, so it's going to be into late summer, maybe early autumn. It's 10 days after the offensive. A lot of the fighting has died down. You guys have escaped. You've got a wounded officer. You've got a second lieutenant that's kind of in charge because the captain is unconscious. A nasty belly wound, probably infected, and may need some other medical attention. Our combat medic is doing what he can. I'm going to put once the day before the session, I'm going to put a little note in Foundry for you all with some extra rumours or basic information you start off with. And then we'll start the session. We'll talk. We'll roleplay. We'll have some fun. We'll make a few dice rolls maybe. And see where you go as you try and escape the damnation that is World War III. And the route home. Are there anyone there? There's been nuclear missiles. Cities have been blown up. Sort out a little bit of information on your family if you could, and you can log on to Foundry anytime because it's on the Forge. It's always up there. So add on appearances. If you guys want to find a portrait for your character, let me have them so I can upload them, and we'll have a bit of fun next time. We'll be doing a lot of theatre of the mind, but when it comes to the combat, the manoeuvres, we'll definitely be using battle mats. But apart from that, we'll be trying to really just tell a good story where hopefully you guys will drive on. So
nice
Saul was pulling to the 80, but yes. There we go. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed
Thank you so much.
Longer
thank you,
than
Stream.
be,
that was good fun.
I had fun doing it.
Brilliant first session. Thank you so much.